weird, but you know what? It's all gonna be okay. Nice to see you tonight. Nice to be with you tonight. And here we are with a great, great program coming up. Paganism defeated Jesus. Paganism defeated Judaism. Learn some history and then repeat. Rooney is on the windowsill attending the D program tonight. So we're looking forward to having a great time with everybody in attendance. We got Rockfin rocking, so let's see. Carmen Gibbs is here. Nice to see Carmen. Christy Daniels is here. Joni Marshall. Pedro Leal is here with us. Bonnie is here. Cruz Michael is here as well. And hello to, let's see. Nina is here. Nice to see Nina. Nice to see all of you, actually. Eli is here as well. I already said Carmen. And everybody's having a good time. Peter, Sean is also here. Nice to have you here as well. And we're going to take a look at who is here on YouTube. Dana's here, Chris is here, Joyce, Erikel here, Fish is in the house with us, Jack Nelson is here, Freedom Dagger is with us, Super Galactic is here, Smoochy is in the house, she's pagan and loving it, Carol is in the house, Scuba Meru was, numero uno.
Scuba Meru.
Chris, I don't know if I've seen you in a while or have I just been missing you. Jen, 2006. That seems like a newish thing
Missing
to
you.
do, or have I just been missing
Since
you?
you've been
Nice to see you
gone.
at any rate. Let me go ahead and turn down my ringer here, because when we open up the phone lines, we don't want to hear my phone ringing. You know, lots of great stuff, lots of powerful stuff. Sarah is here. John Peters is here. Nice to see all of you. And to come at you with this, some of you will interpret it as coming at you. Some of you will interpret it as a good thing. And some of you are going to be very shocked because it's brand new news to you. And frankly, you don't hear this type of information anywhere else. You can see we're trying to get things set up with the studio, the way we do things. I was going to try to go to the green screen. Some of you saw me testing this weekend.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Just doesn't work.
I was wondering what that was.
I'm a bit
Couple
of a
tests.
perfectionist, so we're going to do what we got here, and I think it is. I think it's sufficient.
Practice
And
makes
really
perfect.
The information is the thing, right? The information is the thing. Tomorrow night, Hitler, Argentina, or a place where time stands still. I don't know how much of that we'll be able to get away with
Yeah.
on YouTube, but
Probably
we'll
not
bring
much.
it to you. And tonight, I have a feeling that we will be exiting YouTube as well.
Yep.
But we're here as long as we can be here. So as our new practice is, we'll go through a segment, we'll open up the phone lines, we'll take some calls, we'll go through another segment as I take a little taste of the pumpkin spice coffee, you know, holidays. It's not bad.
Good old pumpkin.
It's not bad. Rudy's playing around with something, but we won't worry about a rune. We won't worry about a rune. So, folks, here we go with paganism. Cat, what are you doing? He's actually opening up a drawer, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get inside a drawer. Not just a... I've seen him trying to get inside the actual cabinets in the bathroom, but he's opening a drawer and trying to get inside the drawer.
Good for him.
Rooney, what are you doing? Wow, the adventures of Rooney. You never know what a crazy Rooney is going to do. Okay, paganism defeated Jesus. Paganism defeated Judaism.
Goodbye, fake
Learn
classic
history,
Jesus.
then repeat. What the heck are you talking about, Jeff? Well, first of all, let's start with a little bit of cousin content.
Dead
I
Neil.
get a lot of great input from the cousins. And every now and then you get one that is so good that you want to feature on the D program. This one comes from Dead Neo. And he said to me, something that you said in the show on September 26th jogged memory.
Hmm.
About 20 years ago, Ted Neo says, he was pondering the idea of something that fits the idea that there's too many people and something that fits the idea of the observable seeming decline of human intelligence.
The elite have
And
that
he posits
same
the idea of,
theory.
what if there is a finite amount of human intelligence in totality,
Hmm.
and it recycles as people die, and as things are, there is some residual loss.
Lots of those
Now,
NPCs,
as the human
ex-Tardish
population grows,
people in
does
Canada,
the amount of
specifically
intelligence
Ontario.
to be distributed shrink per capita? Are newer humans less intelligent than those of us that are already here because there was less intelligence to go around? My dad used to say that when they were handing out brains, that I thought they said brains, so I ran and hid. Kind of the same idea. And I get a chuckle out of these people, and mostly Christians, that make fun of what
Just
they call
insanity.
boomers. I guess it's people like me. Oh, it's the boomers, the boomers. And they're mostly Christians. And of course the Bible says to respect your elders. But it's the same Christians that will say, use all of the dirty, filthy language that they can. But then, of course, the Bible also tells them to let no unclean communication come out of their mouths. So the Christians don't even believe their own storybook. But that's another subject. And we'll talk about that some tonight. Some fascinating information tonight, and even more fascinating information on tomorrow night as regards that subject. But do newer humans get less intelligent because there's less intelligence to go around?
That's why there's so many NPCs
So
in the world
those
today,
of us
probably.
that are already here are smarter?
Yep. Guaranteed.
Jeff, that's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Well, Ted Neo suggests that
Not too far off.
next time you're at Walmart,
Yeah.
think about this scenario.
Good old Walmart shoppers.
Ponder this scenario in your mind. Look around. If you're ever bored, just go sit on that little bench that they got at Walmart, right by the bathroom.
People watching.
Usually a bench. You better wipe it down before you sit there. I'm just giving you a little personal
Should
advice.
probably
But if
wash
you ever
these
want
berries
just
first.
some
Oh well.
entertainment,
They're on the
of
dark.
course, you might get jacked
Dark
up,
side.
but anyway, you gotta take your chances. Sit there and watch.
Alright,
Let
not too
this
bad.
scene
I got a good immune
play
system.
out based on your observations and see what you discover. And then Neo thanks me for having courage. I don't know how much courage I have. I have tenacity. Eli says that's why we're the last generation of real humans, and she's so true. She's so right.
I might freeze
Fish
these
just
for
loves all
smoothie
the
once I get a new
cousins.
blender.
Nina says that's not a good thing if intelligence recycles the way things are going today. Very, very true. Very, very true. They do act less intelligent, says Eli, for sure. Carmen got a hearty laugh about that.
Hardy har har.
Rooney, people are giving Rooney some love. Rooney appreciates it. He really does. And what we got, I used tons of Miracle Whip. Ha ha ha.
I think I meant Dream Whip. I don't think I put Miracle Whip on
No
pumpkin pie.
doubt about it. Jeff, if there is reincarnation, when they come back with their memories, I believe there is reincarnation, and I believe that if you are ready to die, to pass away to a new beginning, then yes, you can come back with your memories. And as Hoochie says, boomers get a bad rap. You know, I love it when they blame everything on us, and we're the ones that started the damn truth movement, and we're the ones that have to fix it because of these morons. Jen has been listening for 3 years but doesn't say much. And speaking of that, I got a letter from a lady. I won't say her name because I don't want to embarrass her, but it was so funny because this is what she says. I want to share this with you. It's very, very funny. I have listened to your channel for many years and have learned a lot. I got out of Christianity a complaint, I log on to listen to you, not the callers. They can get their own channel, just like you did. I just leave your channel for that reason.
Yeah, that's why I didn't call in last
It
night.
just goes to show that you can't please everybody all the time. And it's not even worth trying. It's not even worth trying. Ay, ay, ay. But that's some cousin content from Cousin Ted Neo. Very interesting. Let's talk about this idea that paganism. Jessica May, hello. Let's talk about this idea that paganism defeated Jesus. And we'll talk about how paganism defeated Judaism as well. Let me get you upset. Let me get you upset, some of you. Jesus died a coward's death. Period. The end. He did. There are ways, hello, whatever, observe. There are ways that heroes die, and there are ways that cowards die. And Jesus died a coward's death. Does that look like a winner to you? Really, he was totally naked. He was hanging on a cross if it was real, and he had a big old death boner or a little death boner. We're not sure how well Jesus was hung. We just knew he was hung on a tree, but we knew he was hung on a tree, but
Definitely
how hung
FTM
was he?
characteristics.
Should we take guesses in the chat? 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 10 commandments? I don't know. How much wood did Jesus have when he was hung on the wood? I don't know. But you really do get a death erection. That much is true.
Death erection.
Somebody's going to get mad. Kier says she could live without the calls, too. Oh, boy. So he's hanging on a cross with a woody. He's hanging on wood with wood, naked, surrounded by weeping women, and forsaken by disciples that wouldn't even fight for him. That's Jesus. That's his death. And somebody sent me something that was brilliant. It was Eli Gatekeeper says 1.5 inches because he's effeminate. Ooh, that's a tough one. It could be. It could be. I was going to say maybe he's a grower, not a shower, but
He's got a dicklet.
We covered the wood thing.
FTM dicklet.
Did he even have one? Asked Carmen. Ooh, really interesting. That's a great point. He could. I mean, of course, he wasn't real. So how can you say this about Jesus? He wasn't real, bro. Take it easy. It's all right. But I was going to show this, but it's like 8 minutes long. It's from some movie, and these English guys are down in Africa.
Fake plastic Jesus.
Zulu chieftain about Jesus, and the Zulu chieftain's like, "Really? This is your king? This effeminate little dick dude hanging on a tree? Get out of here. That's nobody's God." And he said that
I don't even know how to chat on here. I'm good. Just I have no room on my SD card, and my buddy owes me $500, so he won't be paying me till the 9th when he's back in town. So figured I'd go live to make videos. Get the message out. What's up with you?
But Jeff, that's the way he wanted it. Oh, really? Maybe he didn't have any choice.
Might do a live tonight too.
Died a coward's death. And not only that, he was a coward on the way to his death. And again, he wasn't real, but this is all the story. The story tells you something. Every picture tells a story, don't it?
I'm in Jones, and he's been supposed to pay me back for like a month, and the last job I had, I haven't got paid for. So I'm like, I need a new SD card. I'm like, I haven't produced any content in forever because my other one's full. So I'm like, well, I have Wi-Fi in my place, so might as well get the good content out while I'm rewatching last night's show. So.
But Jesus
figured I'd have something to eat while I'm watching
He
it.
didn't say one damn word. He's like these Christians today that want to yak, when they're sitting behind their keyboard, but not one of them will step up and
And
actually
it probably, since I have all this stuff on this SD card, I'll probably start posting some of my older videos too. Yeah, shit happens.
About Christianity.
He has a lot of excuses recently. He got, he said he won $11,000 at the casino, then his roommate stole it, or one of his roommates stole it. And then, yeah, he had to get somebody defrauded his bank, so he can't use his bank card. He can't even send me an e-transfer. Bad luck. He's full of bad luck.
But Jesus, when he had a chance to say something, he held his peace and he answered
Not working today,
nothing.
Steve?
That is the way of the coward. Yet more examples. The high priest said to him, "Have you no answer?" In Matthew 26:62.
I wish I could go live on Freedom Dagger, but this one has way more subscribers, so I figured I'd go with this one instead of the D. John Grass one. So the D. John Grass has 400 subscribers, this one has 300, so I figured I'd do this one.
He went to the judgment hall.
And he was raptured. He is an X-tard, so yeah, he doesn't like when I talk about Christianity or Christ insanity, as Jeff calls it now.
They don't say a word. But we have record of how heroes act. And I want you to contrast the way that heroes act versus contrast the way that heroes act against the
I
way
love
that
making
Jesus
comments. I
acted.
just was on Facebook making comments on Action posts.
Tell me if he was a coward.
And I love it. I love making
Patrick
comments.
Henry.
Every time I make a comment now, there's a thing that pops up that says they have to check with the. I haven't got into Facebook deal yet, but they're checking everything I post. So.
Jesus didn't say a damn thing. Patrick Henry gathered his last breath and said for posterity, "Give me liberty or give me death." Nathan Hale,
I love that quote.
the great sea captain, facing summary execution for daring to rebel against the
Oh,
king.
sweet, Texas. My buddy just moved back to Texas. He was living out here with his wife, and then I got a text or a message that he was going back to Texas. I don't know if they divorced or what.
Nathan Hale
what's going on,
said, "I only regret that I
Everything's
have
bigger in
one
Texas, supposedly.
life to give for my country. That's how heroes act."
I don't know if I give my
Heroes
life for my
have a
country anymore.
message. Cowards
Definitely
don't.
not. Not this country. Maybe back when it was somewhat had good values, but just don't let them take you alive, as Jeff says. I was actually just watching a video on Tom Ballou. He was interviewing, I forget the guy's name. I've never seen this guy before. He's Armenian. And he said the best thing right now is to have money and be able to move around. Sort of like you, Steve, so you got the right idea. Be mobile. Yeah, that's one. William Wallace.
That's how heroes act.
Freedom!
Horatius uttered these immortal words. How can man die better? Everybody dies. The thing is to die well, not like a coward.
Not on your knees.
Horatius said, "How can man die better than facing fearful odds
That's one of my favorite quotes.
for the ashes of his
Quotes.
fathers and the temples of his gods? These, my friends,
Not God,
Horatius,
God's,
William Wallace, Nathan Hale,
X-tards.
Patrick Henry, these were men with a message. These were men with a mission. These were men with a vision. These were men.
Hopefully I can get a bunch
these
more
were
subscribers
heroes,
like
these
you
were
did, Steve.
leaders, these
Yeah,
are giants,
I haven't really done too
and
much
they
on Freedom
inspire
Dagger in a
us
while,
to
so
follow in
I got a
their
few more though.
footsteps.
Melanie
Give me
finally
liberty,
subscribed.
give me death.
I think I'm up to
You
19
wanna stand,
subscribers
you
now.
read, I've only got one He's a piece of shit because he's trying to get you not to say shit, and it's working.
Yup.
You see? Let this mind be in you that was in Christ.
Oh, when we went out to the, speaking of rifles, we went out to the Nature Museum there. It was on Saturday with Veterans Outreach Group, and I said we might be going to the range soon. I was like, sweet, I need to practice. So that was one of the ideas. But then we were supposed to be watching Top Gun last Saturday, but it fell through because they didn't have a matinee. Like the major was saying, they wouldn't have a matinee for that. It's like the top movie. Why would we go at night? So I guess because all the old people didn't want to go at night. So they said, well, we'll watch it for Veterans Movie Night. Oh yeah, on a DVD on a little screen. Big deal. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully they have a bunch of different rifles. Last time I was on the range in 2001 with the C7, so hopefully they have different types of rifles and handguns. I've never fired a handgun before, so we'd love to try that.
They have a mission.
Talking to Lap Dancer last night, and she didn't know that. If I'm not mistaken, Steve, I'm not sure, because I watched a video and I thought for sure they voted on you have to to buy a gun you have to show an ID, and then supposedly even though all the constituents wanted that they passed it where you don't need a ID to get a rifle or handgun in the States. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. I told her that, and she never heard that, but I thought that's what I've heard or saw. Not sure. You're sure you're a little bit more on top of that than I am. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. Well, she sent me a few videos on white privilege and probably better to say fag. And then, well, she wants me to come visit her in Hawaii, but I know here we don't have to be tested, we don't have to be swimmers, and we don't have to tested swimming. Something else. Oh, masks, of course. So we don't have that. I don't know if she said it's the same thing over there too, but I don't know if I could. I just don't want to have any to do with the trifecta, just like the other trifecta. I don't want anything to do with the trifecta. So.
Maybe we go to Helheim and get a little more training. Maybe we go to Valhalla.
Valhalla time.
Somewhere else. We get a chance. We get a choice. If we die well.
Yes, we will die well.
The thing is not to die.
Need to restock though.
You're not dying well. To every man upon this earth, death cometh sooner or late, said Horatius.
True now.
And how can man die better
that would be.
Than facing fearful odds?
It'd be nice if I got my inheritance to be held out easier, but I don't see that coming anytime soon unless the old bat dies. What they say, 5 years in counting. So it's been what, 1 or 2 now? I'm sure she's got every single one so far. She actually sent me an email about it. Then I sent her an email back of a video of. I have to look what video I sent her, but it's probably either the percentages of people dying or something. Anyways, but yeah. Oh, it was I think it was from Dr. Martin, I think his name is. Talking about the 5-year thing. It's like a ticking time bomb. I actually just saw a video on my friend's Facebook. I think it was in Quebec, it was in French. And it's people all in a row with signs with all the people that like died 5 days after, 10 days after, a month after, 2 twins died this long after. And there wasn't just a few people, there was like a big long line, and they videotaped them all up and down.
It's okay to be white. It's okay to be proud
White.
to be white.
Yeah.
We don't hate anybody. We love ourselves, and we're trying to optimize.
Love them all a long time.
And for the tender mother who dandled him to rest, for the wife who nursed his baby at her breast, and for the holy maidens who feed the eternal flame, to save from them that wrought the deeds of shame. You know who is quiet when they die? You know who doesn't say? Those that have wrought deeds of
Bjorn
shame.
Andreas yesterday. Oh, cool. That's awesome. We have a cousin in Norway. That's sick.
Those that die
Norway, they have
for
hot
those
chicks
that die
too.
for temples of gods, those who die
It's
for
like Sweden, all those Nordic
those who die
countries.
for wife, those who die for babe, those who feed the eternal flame. They go out letting you
Has
know
he been
their
on
name.
lives? I've never seen anybody with that name on Rockfin or YouTube before.
That's how heroes act. They're trying to reframe you from your great pagan heathen heroes to the sissified, feminized Jesus character.
Fake plastic Jesus with his little fake little.
Who are you?
Who are you? Oh, my buddy Pete Townsend.
I really know, who are you?
Oh, he has a YouTube channel? Oh, cool. I'll have to check him
Are
out.
you
Bjorn Andreas.
brave Horatius? Or are you?
I posted a link to those 2 videos on those billboards here, and that boosted my subscriber list.
Which one of these guys is
I think I only had like 10 or
and which one is
10, and boosted me up to
which
19.
one is a badass and which one is of questionable affection? Which one is a hero and which one is a coward?
Zero.
Who do you want to follow?
Guy on the left. He looks like a real man. Jesus character's sucking the gut in.
As for me and my house,
300.
we will die well. As for me and my house, we will die for the ashes of our fathers, the temples of our gods, and our goddesses, and our wives, and our children, and our maidens. We will
Look
die
what I'm reading, Steve.
shouting our name.
Sure, Jeff would like that. Jeff has an autographed copy, though.
The Lord can kiss my ass right in the crack.
Watch out for the tongue.
And so can you, Christian. So can you.
Those don't count. X-Tard subscribers, they don't
I
count.
made myself pretty clear. But just in case. Dead rabbi on the stick. No, thank you. Naked, dead rabbi on the stick. No, thank you.
I might start doing that more at the end of the show.
Badass.
So don't want to distract.
Ashes of fathers, temples of gods. Yes. This is who we are. This is who we are.
My other channel
In our heritage.
didn't take long to get to 400 subscribers, but I was
This is
mostly
who we
doing like
are
little
in our
videos,
lineage.
short ones. So
This. And for the last 1,000 years of Christianity, they added 1,000 years of history. I don't care who tells you they didn't. He's wrong. She's wrong. They've turned us from this to this.
I did a live on it making my food while I was listening to another video.
White Christian identities really want to go from this to this? I can't believe
Well, that's where our world's going.
this is who you are.
Gay trans agenda.
And you're allowing them to cuckold you into being this.
Actually, one of the last video I watched was talking about
Not
cuckolds.
me, my friends.
Was it
Not
Tom
me.
or the guest that said,
Not
oh,
me.
Sue, cool. Something tomorrow afternoon, perfect. Whoops. Go there after Bet's outreach.
The
Just got a
Greeks-
text about a job maybe tomorrow afternoon, so
You know, these guys on the right.
right on.
The guy on the left had a different definition of Greek. They said, come back with your shield or come back on it. This ancient Greek phrase, which comes from an authority no less than Plutarch himself, it was an admonition given to warriors who were headed into battle. The general meaning was victory or death, the significance being that the victorious warriors returned home carrying their shields. The dead were brought home on their shields. Only those who fled battle, shedding themselves of
Yeah, it's
weapons
not
and
bad.
equipment to hasten their flight, came home
Cash
without their
job,
shield.
so
In short, to return
I've been
without
going
no
back
shield
and
was
forth with
returned
them.
without honor. And
So
we
see.
are allowing ourselves
Perfect.
to
So I have
become
vets outreach tomorrow
feminized
morning, so
through Christianity,
I don't
through
know if
Judeo-Christianity,
he's starting a
and
job
we are
tomorrow afternoon or if he's
surrendering
getting a job
our
tomorrow afternoon. I'll have to
honor.
text him back.
If that's all right with you, go ahead, dandies.
Dandies.
But a lot of us won't bend the knee.
Hell
A lot
no.
of us won't bend over and let Judeo-Christian take over. We
No,
won't.
exit only.
Our honor is worth more to us than our lives. Because we
I'll
know
bend somebody else over,
we're
but I won't
rising,
bend over.
we're passing through, we're rising.
Bend her over the
With
bench,
your
right, Melanie? Like
we will
Melanie.
do it.
I go on the
So
bench.
lead, follow, or get the hell out of our way. If you know what's good for you. Because we've had enough. We've been too nice to too many
That's right.
for too long.
Enough's enough.
We've been too nice to too many for too long. That's how paganism destroyed Jesus. We'll look in a moment at how paganism destroyed Judaism. But let's open the phone lines. Let's take some calls in regard to what we've just talked about. And Jeff, how can you say paganism defeated Jesus? Well, they killed him. Dead.
That's a good way to do it. That's a way to defeat him.
Did you not notice they killed the Lord's chips? Did you not notice?
Jesus kebab. Yum.
Dead.
Jesus kebab tastes good.
His movement was finished. It was over. Who did it to him?
Yes, or when you're going on semi-pro and we have to go on one knee, right? That's not semi. Is it semi-prone? Oh, semi-prone's when you're lying down. I don't know. It's been so long since I've done all those different shooting positions. But you know what I mean when you're bending down on one knee to shoot.
If you hear "Welcome to the Christian Whistleblower," press.
I always say on some of my posts, I'm only going to bend the knee once, and it's going to be for some lucky lady. That's about it. Not bending the knee to anybody or anyone. Anything. It.
How paganism and heathenism destroyed Judaism as well in 70 A.D. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the lore that Adolf Hitler escaped from.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a great show
and
tonight.
Went to Argentina.
Can't wait for that one.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh, I made a bunch of comments about the Greek Chancellor recently. As soon as they mentioned the N-word on any of the shows I watch, right away comment. I actually put, I took a screenshot of the pagan Germans there in their uniforms and I posted on my Facebook. I said, this would be the perfect Halloween costume. Just waiting to get banned for that. Or a jail sentence or something anyways.
Benevolent, energetic frequency, and it doesn't slow down your devices whatsoever. Cynthia and I would not be without Focus
Speaking
Life
of
Force
fluffy.
Energy. I know you want to believe it, but it's hard. That's why they give
Gotta
you
have a shower after
a
this and
30-day free
put on
trial.
some
You
beard
don't even have
oil.
to list a credit card.
It looks a lot
They'll
better
give
after
you
a
15
shower and
days
some
to
beard oil.
experience the magnificence of
It's a
fluffy
little
in
all
your
over the
home.
place right now.
They'll give you 15 days to experience the magnificence of fluffy on your phone. But if you're dating, first couple of dates, don't take your fluffy phone with you.
Just
to
fluffy
the first date
handcuffs.
Because it will make the person seem better than they really are. You want to find out where they really are. Go to jeffreydarty.com. Click on the Focus Life Force Energy button. We go to the phone lines. We're live from the heartland, and so are you. What's on your mind?
Hey, this is John in Tulsa.
John in Tulsa.
I told you I'd call back after I went back and watched the last
At least
match
he didn't
show.
try to use his girly voice today.
Hey, did you know that the pagan gods in the Old Testament, that the leaders of Judaism, not the leaders, but the people themselves, actually liked the pagan gods. They were busy worshiping all those ancient gods, you know, they make little cakes about it outside, and it just infuriated.
Well, they use the pagans' gods and the pagan holidays for all their holidays and everything else.
But
So
the sheriff,
they had to
all
like
that
them
stuff,
for some
that's what
reason.
they were doing. They were worshiping Sophia.
Sophia, yeah.
Right, John. 100% accurate.
So the
They
people
just
were
changed
not,
their name.
it wasn't the problem as much as the people, because they thought they were great, but it was the leaders of the church, just like it is today. You
It's
know?
all about the power.
Exactly like it is today, John. That's why I, like you, am optimistic with our prospects. Not everybody is, but people like you and I that have read it through and thought it through, we're optimistic.
I got to throw in one more thing that was on the news today. You know, the island that got cut off down there in Florida?
I've been on
This
it
is
many
good.
times, a beautiful place, Sanibel Island.
Well, a family of Jewish people lived on that island, and they went back with their possessions.
More than
And
one.
everything was... Huh?
Yeah.
More than one. But
I'm sure that it's probably a high percentage.
This was a story that came out in the news. They went back to their possessions. Everything was soaked and wet. Everything but...
Their wives.
I know. This goes on every time something happens. It's either the Bible or the Torah, you know, that was saved. But there was nothing wet. Not a thing on the Torah was wet. Okay.
No, or their wives. The
Thank
Torah
you,
or the
John. I
wives
appreciate
weren't
it
wet.
so much. It's a miracle the Torah wasn't even wet. And they want to, I wish I could be there, God.
Must have been in plastic
I wish
bag.
I could be there, God. Hurricane comes, destroys the whole island. Hurricane comes, kills all the people. Hurricane comes, kills the dog, kills the cat. Hurricane comes, destroys their house. Where's God to stop the hurricane? But because the Torah is dry, oh, we praise God, the Torah is dry. Church burns down, but the Bible's left. Oh, praise God, He saved the Bible. I wish I had your
All those people died, but at least you saved the Bible.
95% of the time, and you'll praise Him for the 5% that He supposedly got right.
Nobody said they were smart. That's why I call them X-tards.
But I don't. That is so funny, ladies and gentlemen.
Funny.
Let me go to the Rockfin chat room.
Ooh, Rockfin.
That's bullshit, says Linda. I do really
Linda was on fire last
really
night.
Feel, Linda. Eli reminds us about acoustic healing. Most cathedrals, says Pedro, were built for pagan gods. Pedro, might I say they were built on top of things that were built for pagan gods? I'm not convinced they were built for pagan gods, but, you know. Yeah,
Same
you
places,
Thank
yeah.
you so much, Eli. I appreciate the compliment. Jeffrey's looking very handsome. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate the compliment. Jeff, I'm listening to you from tomorrow. You're time traveling. Isn't that amazing? Pedro's time traveling. I love it. It's fantastic. A little bit of Nacho Libre there. Don't worry. I think I did drool on myself just a little bit, but that's okay.
Nacho man.
That's how good this is. What do we got over in the YouTube chat room, folks?
YouTube.
I'm with Pedro, says Dana Young. I've been around for a long time, says Carol. Sonia says that this talk is so refreshing. Wow, thank you.
Yeah, she messaged me too.
Appreciate that. My speakers just
Texted
blew
me,
out
I
again,
think.
says Melanie Moran. Hey, you should know that the volume is going to increase without warning.
She
at
likes to
some
blow
point.
lots of things.
At some point. My jacket looks like owl faces. I love owls. You know what?
I love
We got
Hooters.
some owls out here every night. I love owls. I really do. I love owls. Dagger likes fluffy handcuffs. Wow, interesting. I've heard Oregon Energy does that too. Oregon Energy is going to save the day. Suicide by Roman, says Sean Hammer. Well, you know, the great story is that Jesus was getting all dressed up, so I'm going to get nailed by some Roman guys tonight. Sassy. Anyway, guys.
Well, he was definitely dressed to get nailed.
Let's go ahead and close the phone lines for now, just for now, and we'll get back into the D program, and we will talk about how back from Oz. Nice to see you. We will talk about how
in the USSR.
paganism also defeated Christianity. Excuse me. That too, but we'll get to that. Pagan defeated Jesus. We just showed that.
Mm-hmm.
Paganism also defeated. I'm confused momentarily. Oh, I got it back now. Paganism also defeated Judaism. Did you know that? Because in 70 AD, let me turn this off because the lines are not open right now. In 70 AD, John, you'll have to call back in a little bit, my brother. In 70 AD, Titus not only destroyed the temple, but he completely razed the city of Jerusalem. And he killed over 1 million
I like how he spelled
people.
raised.
Because it was
R-A-Z-E-D.
Passover, you have to remember. And what they did, it was brilliant. What a brilliant tactic. They had surrounded Jerusalem before Passover, and of course Jewish law demanded that all Jews go to Passover in Jerusalem.
Of course.
So they would travel from, the entire known world to go to Jerusalem for Passover. And they got there this year, and it was sealed off by the Roman armies. So in a great display of humanitarianism, I believe it was Vespasian still at the time. He had not gone back to Rome yet to assume the emperorship. Vespasian opened up a column and allowed the worshipers to go in. No, it wasn't Vespasian, it was Titus. He allowed them to go into Jerusalem to celebrate Passover. What a great God.
That's a nice one.
What a wonderful, wonderful humanitarian gesture. The normal population of Jerusalem, as far as we can tell, somewhere around...
You dropped the bomb on the mother.
75
In there.
200,000 people.
Come on in. Come on in. Kaboom.
It would swell to a minimum of 1 million.
Fire. Oh, it was supposed to be just
So you've
fireworks.
got a city
There was a
with the
mishap.
infrastructure built to house, let's be
all
generous,
collapsed
say
onto them.
200,000. And all of a sudden there's 1 million plus people in the city celebrating Passover. And as soon as, they got there and it was Passover day and everybody was inside the city gates, what did Titus do? He closed the ranks and trapped all of those people inside Jerusalem.
Right on.
And you know the rest of the story. Out of water, out of food, cannibalism, panic. And
Well, used to that.
Day, over 1 million
McDonald's, Rabbi Finkelstein.
Jewish people were killed in Jerusalem.
Exactly. Trojan horse. That's exactly what I was going to say, yeah.
The year 70 AD. Some people managed to escape.
I played for the
But they were
Ajax
hunted
Trojans
down at
when I was a kid.
Masada
That's
and
actually the
eliminated.
picture in the
That
Get
was very
Dagger
interesting. I'm sure
site.
it's
That's
just a
actually me
coincidence.
in the
It's
Ajax
evidently
Trojans
coincidence,
uniform
right?
with the Oiler colors.
At that time in the world, 1 million people represented about 33%
Of course.
of the entire world Jewish
Of course it's
population.
83%.
So in Jerusalem on 70 AD and in Masada just a few weeks later, 33% of the entire population of Jews in the world was killed, and the rest was dispersed. That's
sounds
what
familiar.
You call destroy.
Can you say history repeats itself?
The Roman pagans destroyed Jesus, and they destroyed Judaism.
Right on.
It's over. It was done. They destroyed it.
It almost makes me proud when I was Roman Catholic.
The Jews were expelled from Rome
Looks like Frankenstein on the left.
throughout the empire.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's funny.
And remember that the empire was the entire civilized world. All the poor Jews. They're the ones that rebelled against Rome.
Yep.
Sometimes you do get
Fly too close to the sun, you get burnt.
treated poorly. Sometimes you get what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing called, what's it called? Taking responsibility. When you do some shit, sometimes you get some shit back.
Karma's a bitch.
If you do dumb shit, you get some more shit back. So just because somebody got
Same
expelled
shit,
from
different
Rome
pile.
and running across all empire, that's because they were killing fools. Jews were expelled from Rome and hunted throughout the empire, which was the entire civilized world. Did you know what the word Holocaust means? It means
Burn, baby, burn?
sacrifice.
Oh, of course.
We proved a couple of days ago in the D program that the Flavians were crypto Jews. And
So were the Eckards.
Sacrificed in a fiery inferno 33% of their population playing the long game. We'll talk about the long game tonight. We'll talk about the
Chicks
long game
dig the
tomorrow.
long
Think
ball.
about that. It was Jewish people killing Jewish people. And all we hear about is how horrible it was for the poor Jews in 70 AD. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't bad that people got killed, but sometimes people get killed because they're doing dumb shit, and when their own people kill them, it's like, oh, it's so dangerous to be black in America. Yeah, because it's another black person going to shoot you in the ass. Look up the statistics.
Yep.
Folks, we're real here. We tell
Numbers
the
don't
truth.
lie.
Pagan heathen Rome destroyed Jesus. Pagan heathen Rome destroyed Judaism. '70 AD created the groundswell of sympathy that enabled Christianity to take hold and revive Judaism from the dead. Think about that. The 70 AD story, and I think it was true, created a groundswell of sympathy that enabled Christianity to take hold, gave the crypto Jews in Rome some cover, and laid the seeds to revive Judaism from the dead. As of AD 70, Jesus was dead, Judaism was dead, paganism was still victorious. Remember, the pagans ruled the world for 1,000 years before Christianity ever reared its greasy little head. But even after destroying Jesus in AD 70, even after destroying Judaism in AD 70, within 300 years, Christianity would reign and the Roman Empire would last another 100
They're like
after
cockroaches.
that.
They just keep coming back, or bed
For
bugs.
thousands of years before Christianity
When you defeat
came,
them, they come out of the
we
ashes.
pagans and heathens were large and in charge. We ruled the entire fruited plain.
That's right.
And now,
We'll be back.
after 1,000 years of Jesus, we can't even walk the streets of our own countries at night. Thanks, Jesus. Now get the hell out.
Sad.
I'm going to open the phone lines one more time and give the YouTube people a chance to call in because I'm going to have to leave YouTube.
Aww.
And we'll go over to Rockfin. And you're welcome to come over to Rockfin and join us there. I'll give you the Rockfin URL here in just a second. I'll give you the Rockfin URL. Let me go to my channel on Rockfin and let me grab it. Here it is, folks. We got a nice crowd over in Rockfin. We appreciate that. So I'm going to give you the Rockfin URL after we take a few calls. If a few calls want to be made, we will see you over on Rockfin for the rest of the D program. We're also on Odyssey. We're also on Twitch. We're also on Twitter. And, of course, on Jeffrey Darty.
I'm not on Twitter.
There's even a chat room.
Not anymore. I got
So,
banned.
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's the URL.
Rock us out of here.
We'll be going over there shortly. Let me.
Yeah, I'm on. I can only do it from
lines
YouTube because it's on my big screen.
and
So
give you a chance
I think there's like
to
10
weigh
minutes
in.
left.
Let's let it be the YouTubers have priority here. If you're listening on YouTube,
Should have called
give
in.
you priority.
When you gave me priority, I should have called in last night.
For this little segment here. And the phone lines are now open, 913-279-0831.
I'll call him tonight for sure. I don't think he's going to be on YouTube
913
very long, though.
279-0831. You're listening to Live from the Heartland. I'm Jeffrey Darty, the Christian whistleblower. We're live from the Heartland, and so are you. What's on your mind?
Hi, this is Jeffrey, right?
This is a great call.
It's my first time hearing you.
Oh, my buddy gave me a big screen, 55-inch, when I moved in here. It's fantastic.
Is supposed to be a refutation or polemic against Christianity?
Yes.
What's, I guess, the premise? Like, if there's paganism or some sort of cultural influence outside of Judaism, that Christianity is not true?
I'm not sure that I quite understand your question, because I thought that I was pretty clear in my assertions, but my assertion as I was a Christian minister for 25 years, and that's why I call myself the Christian whistleblower. Actually, I was given that name by a caller on Coast to Coast, and they did it against me. Oh, you're the Edward Snowden of the New Testament. You're a traitor. And Edward Snowden worked for the NSA, saw the nonsense that was going on, and exposed it. I worked for the Christian church, saw the nonsense, in my opinion, and now am exposing it. And my belief is that Christianity is a fear and guilt control matrix. It's a tribal mind virus that takes strong, proud, honorable pagans and feminizes them into
That's what they're doing right now.
that willingly accept communism, and we're in the midst of it right now.
Yeah. They're like, hey, how's it going, YouTube? Let's go to Rockford. Maybe he, I don't know if, well, he doesn't do Cousins News Network anymore, so he would have done that. He did something like that on this show. One little segment.
And isn't pagan, isn't that a pejorative? I mean, aren't you offended by being called a pagan?
Oh, heavens no. I mean, as a Catholic, a person coming from your worldview, that pagan is a pejorative or a bad word, but to me,
pagan's strong, pagan not like means, Catholic.
I mean, the literal meaning of pagan, I'm sure you know this, you're an intelligent guy. Pagan means either a country person, or really the main definition is someone that does not align with the dominant religious paradigm. And heathen is basically the same thing. I am so proud to be a pagan. I am so proud to be a heathen. It is who my people are. It is who my heritage is.
Right
and
on.
No,
Me
I
too.
love to be called a pagan. I love to be called a heathen. But I hate it when people think I'm a Christian, to be frank with you, and you ask me the question.
Nope.
And you're very polite, very intelligent. I appreciate opposing views.
Definitely not an expert anymore.
Conversations without calling names and all of that nonsense.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know. I just thought you were maybe like trying to make an argument against Christianity. You're really not.
I am trying to make an argument against. What I'm really trying to do is, the argument for Christianity has been at least 1,000 years in the making. Some say 2,000 years. But I'm trying to make the argument against Christianity. What I really want to do is put all the information out for why Christianity is not for white people.
That's right, pagan pride.
Not for red people, not for yellow people. Why Christianity is not for us. I'll put out all the arguments against it. Most people know all the arguments for it, and then people can make their own decision. But without people like me, no one ever hears the counter argument to the Christian claims. And I think that everybody deserves to have complete access to all the facts before they make eternal decisions.
Okay, I mean, but is this like an exclusive sort of resentment that you have against Christianity?
Why would you call it a resentment if I'm just pointing out the facts of it?
Well, I mean, I'm not excluding myself from that. Is it an ideology I resent? Like, for example, I resent Islam.
Right.
And many people studying its history. I just say that, well, I resent what it teaches or its effect on people.
Yeah. So, that's probably fair, but what I try to do is I try to be very careful. I can resent Christianity, as a belief system, but I don't want to get to where I hate it or where I hate the people that embody it, because hate takes away power from me, and hate empowers my enemies. So I try to be Joe Friday. You sound like you might be old enough like me to understand who Joe Friday was. I'm trying to be just the facts. And the facts to me is that Christianity has been weighed in the balances and found wanting, and it's stealing our best and taking them into communism, praising Jesus all the way. And I appreciate your attitude, and obviously we're gonna agree to disagree. But is there anything else you'd like to add to this call?
Well, just your last point, that how do you cite Christianity as an influence on communism? I mean, wasn't the Soviet Union anti-Christian?
Was it? Have you read the Beatitudes? Have you read the Sermon on the Mount?
Oh yeah, like in the Gospels, yeah.
So if someone strikes you on one cheek, turn the other cheek. If the Roman soldier asks you to carry his pack for 1 mile, carry it for 2 miles. If people persecute you, bless them. If people take your stuff, give them even more stuff than they took. That sounds like the way of surrender to me. And then I read in the book of Acts where all the believers sold everything they owned, pulled it all together, and the apostles gave it out to everybody who had need. And if somebody had the temerity not to give all the stuff, they killed them. Sounds like communism to me, my friend. Thank you so much for that great phone call. I didn't cut you off because you were anything other than a great call. We just had to move on. Thank you so much. We're live from the heartland. So are you. What's on your mind?
Yeah, this is Super Galactic.
Super Galactic, just 1 second.
I got a question for you.
Hold on a second, Super Galactic. That
Okay.
last caller, please feel free to call back anytime. I appreciate your attitude. Go ahead, Super Galactic.
Yeah, this whole story about Jesus, I'm along the lines with you. I don't believe he even existed, but it's the way you're telling the story. Like, you talked about him, not standing up for himself, not speaking up. He just was silent, and they killed him without him fighting back. His disciples didn't take up for him. The women were weeping for him. Everybody was cowering in. And then you read Revelation, he's all of a sudden the tough guy now. He's going to smack the nation. I think this
Smackdown.
whole stuff about the Bible, it is telling us something, but it's showing that it's all a script, that they're pulling all this out of the ether. It's coming from their own imagination.
I agree 100%. And what if Revelation 19 isn't about Jesus? What if it's about somebody else? Thanks for the call, Super Galactic. You made a great point about his disciples didn't even fight. But I mean, even if some of us Christians were in trouble, the rest of us Christians
They bent the knee.
If some of us cousins were in trouble, the rest of the cousins would come around and everybody be kung fu fighting. Ha! Those kicks would be fast as lightning. Ha ha! It'd be a little bit frightening, because Super Galactic would move with expert timing. Ha! You know it's the truth. We're gonna go down, but we ain't gonna go down quietly. No, we are not. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages. We just had a great call from a Christian believer. Powerful. Powerful. And we got to move on. You can call back again later. Vasco Mitev, $5 tip. Thank you. Vicky Lloyd, $5 tip. Thank you. She says, thank you for all you do. Thank you, Vicky, for all you do. I'll open up the phone lines again in just a few moments. Let's press on. But we've got to leave YouTube right now, because we got to get into some NSFYT comment. Not suitable for YouTube. We want to keep YouTube,
which is most of his content.
outreach. And we're going to go over to our main platform, Rockfin, also Twitch, also Twitter, and also JeffreyDarty.com. Live. Wall-to-wall, treetop tall. Adios, YouTubers. We'll see you again.
Adios. Joyce Meyer. What the hell? Anyways, that's it for now. See you soon.